Well, this is another little random order today for the lovely Jane from Jane's Candles and Wax Melts. So she wanted 4 signs to be laminated. I think I'm going to laminate this one again actually. Not certain that my laminator is particularly good, but we'll see. So I've done those. Look, I'm very nearly finished on these. I've only got a few sheets left, so that's really good. There's the others there, and this one's just on the just finished. Oh, actually I'll load that up when I've got 2 hands. I'm going to be listing, because you wouldn't have seen this in my last vlog because I lost the videos, but I've got a little notepad. Oh, let's put that in again, using my new designs, and there's going to be a keyring and this gorgeous notebook as well. I'm going to do a shopping list book too. There, I got Anna stuck to my finger. Honestly, the random things in here, it's crazy. I've got some week to views here, so I'm thinking I might do those as a pad. I wasn't going to. I was going to just do them as weeks for my subscription box plan, but I'm not actually sure that the subscription box plan is going to work. I certainly haven't had any interest for the February version, so I'm in 2 minds whether to do it. So I might do this as an entire block, so that if you're into sports you can have the entire block. There's the bookmark version. I've got to list some stickers, and oh, the gin is another range. So it's all suddenly got really chaotic. And this is the fabric. Actually, I think you can just about see that it's turquoise. I mean, maybe if I put up turquoise next to it, you can kind of see. But I've got to decide what to make with that yet. I also had a go at making a lanyard. It wasn't too bad to do, but I've learnt from it in that the thing that's quite difficult about it, if you can see there's a seam there. I mean, I tried to match them up as best as I could, but actually it was quite difficult. And what I want to do as well is see whether or not I can do the other side, because the way that it is sewn, you know, it sits fine that way. Actually, it's not too bad. I don't know, I need to test it out. And I've also got a card thing. Yeah. Gosh, it's also crazy. Here. This clips onto here, and I thought this would be brilliant for a gym membership card. I have one for my gym that I need to scan when I go in, so I thought it would be quite good to have these. So I think I've ordered some more of these. So we'll give it a go, but you could just have it without and have any, you know, locker key or car keys or whatever on there. Another thing I want to do is try and finish this end up. What I might do is do sections, so I could do like a section of pattern and then a stop, and then maybe you can do it, or, you know, so alternate going round anyway. So we'll play that by ear, I think. Right, so I'm just going to carry on now. Hi. I am just changing over the heating element on my mug press. I've got this one, which is a 10 ounce, and this current one is an 11 ounce. 11 ounce is the standard mug, this one, this standard size, but sorry, I didn't mean to desert you. This one, to be honest, I'm not sure. If you look, there's not actually that much difference. I might even be able to get away with doing this in a larger press, actually. Let's just sort of see. I might give this a go in my other press. So if I take you with me, I've got my press here. Oh, hang on, let's turn you around. I've got this all set up already. Hang on. I can't tripods just do what you want them to do when you want them to do it, honestly. So plausibly, oh, it's a little bit snug, but actually it's not too bad. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough pressure. Probably does need a little bit more pressure than that. I can't get it out though, so I might give it a... God, it's filthy. Look at the dust on that. This is why I always clean my mugs before I put them in. I think I might give it a go, actually. So the design that I've got to go on here is missing. That's helpful. One sec. Okay, so I've not printed on an aluminium mug before, so I'm really not sure how well this is going to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back on and I'm going to heat it up again. I've got the design in, and if it doesn't press particularly well, then it will mean that I'll have to put a smaller press in, a smaller wrap in. But we'll give it a go. I mean, there's only like a millimetre difference in it, so it might be all right. Right, so I just need to find out the heating times for this, and then we'll give it a go. Okie dokie, so let's give it a go. Because this has got a lip, it does make it just that tiny bit harder. And it only needs to be in for 60 seconds. I didn't actually alter the timing here, so as soon as it gets to 100 seconds, I'm going to turn it off. Normally, you see, I do mugs for 160 seconds. Oh dear, sorry, I've got a bit of a cold starting. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Anyway, what's happening at the minute is the mug is warming up in the press. Once you do several mugs, they don't always heat up. I think it's usually just the first pressing, or I'm not quite sure, but it hasn't started its countdown yet. But I will pause it and be back in a minute. Okay, well, it was a minute for me, but it wasn't a minute for you. Right, I'm just about to take it out. I think part of the complication with doing an aluminium mug, the handle gets hot. That's one complication. The handles don't get hot on the China ones at all. As you can see, it didn't quite press enough there, so I am going to have to use the other press. But, I mean, it's not done too badly. I think if you had an emergency and you had to do it on that, it would be acceptable. But yeah, that one definitely, I need to do the other press. I wonder how easy it's going to be to get up there to get the pressure, but I think we'll give it another go.
Hiya! I apologise, I'm really full of cold. I've got a few sewing bits to do today, and one of them is a experiment, so interesting to see how that goes. But it's using this skull material, and I'm going to be making a think of the words. It's like a zipped wallet. You know, sometimes when you do saving and stuff like that, and you have like a wallet for each thing. So it's got to have 6 zipped compartments in it. So I'm going to see how it goes. It's sort of based on a pattern that I did a while ago for a purse. It was called the Necessary Clutch. So yeah, we will see how it goes. I need some pins. It's taken me such a long time to get motivated today. There's nothing more attractive than someone with a lot of snot in their head, is there? When I was younger at school, I used to do loads of sewing. I remember making my own clothes and all sorts. It was fantastic. Okay. While I've got this on, I will also do no, because I need to do free stitching for that. So this is going to be outside, I hope. I haven't left myself a very big hole. Hopefully I can get it all through. I might struggle actually. Hang on. I don't want to stretch the fabric. So I was going to incorporate a handle, not a handle, a clasp into the base, but I've decided to add that as an extra thing afterwards because I think it's going to look better if it's added like that. I did and ah, but I'm trying to keep the cost as low as I can for this customer, for starters. And also this is my first attempt, so I want to, you know, do what I can. So I'm using something called Bosal on the inside. I'm using that as the padding. It's a type that is double-sided, a double fusible on both sides, and I find it just makes such a difference. I'm not going to do loads of, you know, fancy applique on this, but I will do some applique lines, I think, purely just to make sure that the Bosal stays in place. Well, actually, I probably won't need to, so like I said, I want to keep the cost down as much as I can for my customer. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fuse it with the iron, and then I need to make sure this goes around, and then I'm going to try and do the pockets, so I will check in with you in a minute. Good morning, welcome to Friday. I think we're on week 16. Pretty sure it's 16. Anyway, sorry, yesterday was a bit of a washout. I was so full of cold, I didn't know what I was doing really. Although I did manage to make something new. This was a commission for somebody. It's not something that I'm going to be making, I don't think. As fun as it was, it's not quite as neat and tidy as I would like it to be, but it was kind of fun to do. So it's it's a folder with zipped pockets in, all in coordinating colours. There are 6 zip pockets, and this is for my customer so that she can do budgeting and things like that for her business. There are things that I'd change. I did want to have an internal pocket here, but I forgot, and I had to sort of make the pattern up as I was going along. So I did like a little bit of a dummy run, and then I went on to this. It's not too bad, but it's quite labour intensive, and I think it would just cost too much really to sell. But I do like the sort of blocky feel of it. I wonder how much you can get in it. I mean, it'll stretch quite a bit, look. So, but yeah, it's designed to put money in all the different little pockets. So that was an interesting thing yesterday. I think if my head had been clearer, I'd have worked out the maths slightly better. But my head really wasn't very clear yesterday. I've got a planner cover to do today, and a couple of placemats and some prints to do. So I need to look at my list really. Oh, and I've got a stationery order to start up as well. I can't remember what that is. That's mostly flyers. I want to have a go at doing flyers in my laser printer because I've got some sort of flyer type paper that I've had for a while. So I thought I'd give that a go. But that does mean I need to reload the driver after my big virus thing that got rid of stuff. And so, yeah, I have to upload another driver, which is... But I do have it on disk, so it shouldn't be too bad. It'll be fine. I also have a new iPad case that I bought that I can sublimate on, so I want to give that a go, although I'm not quite sure what illustration to put on it yet. And I didn't do my drawing challenge from yesterday, so I need to do that, as well as my drawing challenge for today. Although yesterday I did do one on Instagram and things like that. There's something called Toon Me, and it's where you have a picture of you and then you sort of cut a section away and cartoon it. So I did do that yesterday, but I haven't posted it anywhere, except I accidentally sent it to one of my customers because, you know, I thought that was a different news feed completely. It was a bit silly. Anyway, I better get on, hadn't I?